What's good, man? Sport guy Billy, Out of State Sports. Just started putting videos out about a month ago, of sport picks, just certain predictions of basketball and baseball for right now, football and stuff soon. But by football, I should have a better setup and stuff. And so support the journey, man. Start a little community and get going. But like I said, I put daily picks. They're all on my page for today. But this one's more about learning how to gamble and learning how to do it in a smart way. Not saying there's any smart way or right or wrong, but in the way that I think works for me. And if you follow the page every day, I'll be putting out certain daily picks, and they're always for a certain system. It's not just like what I think personally. I don't really go off emotions really much in the sport gambling shit. I used to, I'll tell you that. But personally, if you're a type person that likes to just do parlays like on a Saturday, throw 20 bucks on a certain teams, there's 3 games on TV and you just want to watch them all and parlay them, then there's nothing wrong with that. But the type of gambling I'm thinking of is more like a daily, like, beginning the season. Like, for example, beginning the season, it's all on my page that we have took certain teams to cover or win, begin the season. And just every day we take that certain team. And like the Braves, for example, the Braves are 19-9. So even if you just took their money line every time, you'd be up 19-9. Even if their money line is 175, you bet 100. I mean, you bet 175, you win 100 bucks. That's still profit, you know what I mean? And if you can do that every day, you'd be up 19-9 to the point where if you bet it today, it'd be all profit. It wouldn't be like you're spending money out of your own pocket. So, and then plus, if you add that, like we have the Phillies. We've been taking the Phillies on my page, and they're 20-11. And then we took the Reds, they're 16-14. So you're still up 2 units if you just took their money line. And a lot of times they're underdogs. But we've been taking them to cover, and their cover is better. And they're usually underdogs. So you can just take them on the money line at certain times, and you be up still right now. And, there's other certain teams I have on my page, like the Cubs. We took the Dodgers, even though they started a little slow. And then like we faded the White Sox. After a few games of seeing the White Sox, I put a thing out on my page talking about how just to take the White Sox to lose every game. So you're not saying you're overthinking it, man. Even if you only got 60 bucks to bet, you take 3 teams, you know what I mean, or split it in 4, 6, get your calculator out and split it up. Even if it's only 6 bucks a bet, it's better than just, it's like a savings account in a way. You know what I mean? You don't want to just put 60 bucks in your savings account and lose it all in one day. Just slowly break it down. It's hard to lose them all. Like if, I see a lot of parlays with people that have like 12 legs, they never lose them all. They'll lose like 2, 3 of them, or 4 of them. So if you have 12 of them and you hit 8 of them and lose 4, you go 8-4, you tripled your money, man. You know what I mean? And you can take the extra 4, units you won and fucking just put it in tomorrow and break it down, separately to certain teams that you went for the day before. So you're not overthinking it. For example, like we've been taking first inning no runs for the first few weeks, and it was hitting like crazy. You know what I mean? And if you have 12 games on, and if you bet at least 20, 50, I don't know. I'm not saying if you don't have the budget for it, it's not saying that you won't in the future. You know what I mean? Money changes. You got to learn how to have the bag before you get the bag. You got to learn how to move the bag because you can win 20 grand and lose that 20 grand just off stupid parlays and shit when you can just be like, all right, now I know what to do because like certain parlays work, but then I see parlays where people have it minus 500s on there, minus 250s, and then they'll have the 1 plus 115. And it's like you could have just bet on that 1 plus 15 and won your money back and more if you won. It's like a flip of a coin compared to making it fucking 6-1 slip. That's kind of tough. So that's really what I'm saying, man. When it comes to basketball, baseball, hockey, it can be anything, man. You just take certain teams on certain trends, like because you already know that the Braves are going to be over 500 at the end of the season. So even if you have to bet 10 bucks and just roll it over every game, you know what I mean? And just, they're going to be up 20, 30 games by the end of the season. They're not going to be just at 500. They're going to be over. Even if it's only 12, 15 games, you're still 15 units up, where if you even betted just 100 bucks on each game, you would win at least half to double your money. You know what I mean? And even on like even if you take the trend on when Atlanta like they're favored today by 175, you just take them to cover, and it's a better number for you because Vegas already has a hype. You know what I mean? They already have them at a good number where it's like, yeah, I wouldn't want to risk 175 for 100. But if you bet it on them every day, you wouldn't mind it because you already have profit that you won. And then if you do have a certain team like the Dodgers begin the season, they weren't doing as great. But we had the Cubs. The Reds were doing pretty good. They won the whole series. They swept the whole series at a time against the White Sox. And then we were fading the White Sox at the same time. You know what I mean? It just works in like the Phillies. So when you have like three, four teams eating, and then you have that one team that's not, that one team ain't gonna hurt you as bad when you're going 4 for 1 or something. You know what I mean? You win 3 games out of that one or 3 out of 2, you're still going up a unit at the end of the day. So you can take the extra unit and put it on tomorrow compared to just you know what I mean, taking little parlays. Even if you have $50, just take that 50 and split it into $5, $10 bets and just put it on singles, man. Even number singles. It's like a flip of a coin. Just, and you know what I mean. And same time, it's hard to lose them all. And usually, if you lose them all, it's after days of going, you know what I mean, winning 12 units here, winning 4 units here. You're gonna have days you're not gonna do good. You gotta take it on the chin and just go for tomorrow, and write it down. You know what I mean? Like that's why follow me, man, because every day I'm gonna have the same trends every day where I'm gonna have the certain teams that we're riding with, certain teams that maybe, you know what I mean, slacking. We might have to, you know what I mean, take a little break. But right when you take that break is when they win 6 in a row. So it's like stocks in a way, man. People put $300 in one stock just to win a quarter of their, you know what I mean, a quarter of what they invested in profit. And it took them 3 months. When you could just put that 300, split it in 12 bets, 5 bets, 3 bets, just whatever you feel comfortable with. Like me personally, I'll bet on every game that's on the day and just bet on a certain money line or cover. It counts on the number, as you will see on my page. And we're up right now big time. So with just betting on simple, not overthinking it, single bets on certain teams to cover or money line. Just counts on the number and you know what I mean? Just try to get it to even number. You know what I mean? You might have days where you might seem like, oh, why would I want to bet 50 just to win 50 when I could bet that 50 to win 300? Well, even if you do win that 300, like that one time you hit a $50 parlay or a $20 one and you hit big, and then it's like, all right, what's your strategy for tomorrow? Just making more parlays and shit. And by the time you on the third game, they're gonna lose, bro, and you're gonna be fucking pissed, not able to go to sleep at night when you know the worst I have is usually going even at the end of the night. I'll go even sometimes and I'm still salty, but I'm not as hurt as I would if I just lost hella money. You know what I mean? So it's all about being organized too. It's not about winning money and just like not knowing what the like not knowing where you're putting it. You know what I mean? If you win $200, don't put the 200 right back in there and just go crazy with it and let your emotions hit. Just remember what you did the day before and just do the same thing the next day and then just write it down. Don't just, you know what I mean, just hope for other people to make your predictions, but because a lot of these websites you see, man, they're all just it's wishy washy every day. They might go for like the Cardinals and Tigers. One day they be like, "Oh, the Cardinals are gonna win. Oh, the Tigers are gonna win," and usually they're opposite, bro. Usually they're not right at all. 70% of the time they're wrong, bro. So it's like if you just took Cardinals to win the series and then maybe take them the next series and next series, they might have a bad series in the middle or the first series might be bad, but they might win the next 2 series and you're up. You know what I mean? So and it's all about taking more than one team though. That's the thing. You gotta take teams that you by the numbers show that they can go over 500. You can't be taking the fucking, you know what I mean, certain teams like you got, you know what I mean, you got to know what teams you're picking to go over 500. Like you know the Braves, Dodgers, Yankees, all them teams might go over 500. Are probably gonna go over 500, but some of them teams are a little overvalued by Vegas. So maybe you have to find like the certain teams like the Reds, for example, that are underdogs a lot of games, a lot of series, the least covered throughout the series. The win maybe 2 out of 3 or cover. Because, you know what I mean? They might not win some games, but they're at least competing and staying in the game and losing by 1 or something. You can even take them +2. You know what I mean? It might seem like, oh, you're investing more, you're risking more, but it's less stress, man. Like when you really think about it in the long haul, when you're 10 years down the road and you really look at the gambling and be like, damn, I lost 30 grand altogether off parlays when it could be 30 grand just slowly invest in that shit like a stock on certain teams. Like, don't see it as like the Lakers with LeBron. Because if you did, you'd be fucked. You know what I mean? With the Denver situation just now, a lot of people are taking the Lakers to win, not because of the Lakers or Denver, just because of LeBron. And it's like you can't do that, man. You can't go off players.